Hello and welcome to another scene set in Odessa, The Dark Crusade Season 2. This scene is set in the Merchants District, the domain of La Sombra, outside of Elysium. And Orsini has requested a meeting with the Seneschal, a follow-up to actions that he'd agreed he would take earlier in a prior meeting. And the Seneschal has agreed to meet him in the office of a fairly well-off commercial building within the Merchants District. It's a two-story building. First floor mainly for wares and stock, and second floor rather large meeting area where the Seneschal is waiting, and Orsini would be escorted up there.
Orsini makes his way to the room in which the Seneschal waits for him, clasping a scroll, a rather large scroll in his hand. He makes his way inside the room and takes a deep, polite bow. My primogen.
Orsini, you have something you wish to discuss?
There are many things I wish to discuss with you, my lord, but unfortunately time is short for the both of us, for we are all busy men.
Indeed.
First of all, lest I forget, he hands the scroll to his primogen. As you might well remember, I came back from my pilgrimage to the Castle of Shadows. The eldest of our clan sent their regards. And as he says that, he hands the scroll to his primogen.
Oh, my thanks. And he takes the scroll and will read from it.
Orsini waits for a moment. My lord, this is not the only reason for my visit. There are other matters at hand. First of all, I'd like to inform you that since the Elysium has started and the prince announced what we all know from our brother, I took the liberty of sending letters to our brothers in the nearby cities. Sent letters to the La Sombra of Antioch, Aleppo, Damascus, Baghdad, Tarkit, and Mosul, for they are the closest cities to our own, to the south and to the east, hoping that if Mary the Black escapes from the watchful eyes of Ulrich, maybe our brothers would be better guarded against this threat.
Good to see, good to see. Hopefully we can contain her here.
Also, there are two other matters that I wish to seek your advice. First of all, this lady, Alexandris, and her child are these newcomers. I do believe that if they were welcomed into your home, they are to be trusted.
No one is to be trusted, but Celine has a positive reputation, and her child has been handling herself remarkably well in Elysium. It's something that I'm pleasantly surprised to hear. So for now, they would be treated as well as anyone else of their station.
Yes. Though I am fairly gracious as a host, I have my doubts when it comes to people that got their station outside of the riches of my informants. But still, I wish to have a meeting with her and her child as well. As you might have heard or remember, I deal with the other aspects, the dirty little secrets of the La Sombra, as it were. And we might need some talents, and this leads me to my second idea, this little project, I might say. Though we are members of the Triumvirate and have vowed and signed with our blood that we shall not interfere between the matters of the Tremere and their allies, and the ones that call themselves the true heirs. I'm afraid that
witnesses, not signatories.
when I said we, I meant the ones present there.
No.
But you know, the value of a witness is almost as much as the value of a signatory, and I mean no disrespect when I say this. The problem is that with the news that Aldrich brought, there is the matter of forging another type of defense, a magical defense, a mystical defense, as it were, against the infernalists and their plots. Regardless of what most of our clan says about us, about the Abyss Mystics, who we may be a lot of things, but demon worshippers we are not. I wish to ask for your blessing in forming a coterie of our brightest minds, our brightest wielders of blood magic. And I would also respectfully, and in the terms of the Treaty of Omens, exclude the Tremere from this little arrangement, as I have my doubts when it comes to them.
The Tremere would not be able to interfere with your own work, although the choices of other La Sombra is their own. You will have to pull your own resources to form this coterie.
I asked for your blessing, my lord, not for your finances.
I will not interfere so long as it serves the interests of the clan and the city. However, should that change, my statement on the matter shall do so as well.
I'm sure of it. I have no interest in belittling the clan in the eyes of the others, regardless of what my brothers might say. I'm a stern supporter of our clan. And since I was allowed inside the hallowed halls of the Castel d'Ombro, I do believe that our elders think so as well. The matter is that the Tremere wish to build a monopoly on the magic of our kind. And I am sure that prides have been hurt in this matter. As I am sure that regardless of their good standing in the city and their good intentions, the Tremere are too young of a clan to have the experience and wisdom of the ages when it comes to settling with matters as vile as what Mary the Black and her cohort produce. I'm sure that we have enough wielders of arcane and ancient talents among the Samitsi or the Assamites, or even the Cappadocians, or even among our own clan. Why not? That would be happy to provide their assistance in dealing with this matter that is, as we all know, above us all. And if I may be so bold, whether this little project, this little curiosity of mine proves useful and we actually manage through these supernatural means to apprehend the one who slew Michael, it would be towards the glory of our clan if people would find out that this came from the initiative of one of the magisters. Would it not?
He ponders this. An inter-clan coalition to mitigate the Tremere's growing hold over blood magic is a welcome one. I'm sure I don't need to explain to you the potential risks of this. I'm sure you've assessed this. You've had plenty of time. Although I do feel compelled to warn you, as Auric said, this so-called Black Mary has shown her own skills with the dark. It's possible that she might have a means to counter your own or worse. I would urge caution, but you may proceed.
I would not dare face her head on, and no matter how strong she is, if she has ways of countering my abilities, I'm sure that she cannot counter the abilities of all of us combined. Though the Tremere have found their use inside the city, I firmly believe that the wielders of other clans might not be so keen on stepping down from their position in order to make room for the Tremere. And as I said, and I know I do not carry any love for the Tremere, as long as this project of mine does not violate the terms of the Treaty of Omens, I err with nothing.
I do not believe your plans would contradict any of the decrees within the treaty. There is nothing in the treaty that states the Tremere have a monopoly over a certain power or ability. In fact, the Assamites and the Chismisi, to my knowledge, compete with them quite vigorously, although for whatever reason, the Tremere always seem to edge them out, as it were.
The Tremere think as a single entity. The Tremere are only as strong as their numbers. And the Tremere wish to impose their own truth when it comes to the skills and abilities that the blood provides. I am sure that with the proper attention, a coalition of this city's greatest minds when it comes to matters magical shall prove to the Tremere that, strong as it may be, their place among the clans is not grounds for a monopoly. After all, it's like we say in the business, like people say in the bazaar, a bit of friendly competition.
Indeed. Just be cautious. The Tremere seem to be making some interesting moves within this Elysium so far. They've definitely gotten the upper hand over the true heirs. They've shown far more diplomacy than the Salubri have.
The Salubri are hot-headed, but their heart is in the right place.
I'm inclined to agree. Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
Well, except this, nothing of great importance. Should I hear from our brothers in the other cities, I shall send you an emissary. And I shall leave you with a final request, my lord, if I may. Should you find any of another clan, or even of ours, that show an interest in the occult arts, I do beseech you to send them my way.
I'll consider it.
Then, if there is nothing else to discuss, then Orsini takes a deep theatrical bow, as he usually does. With your permission, my lord, I shall take my leave.
Of course, you may be excused.
And Orsini bows again and shows himself out.
And I think with that, as Orsini bows and takes his leave, we may end this scene, a meeting of two rather prominent figures within the Clan of Shadows. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time.